Hi guys, Casper MMA here, and today we are back with another UFC predictions video on the channel. Today giving my predictions for UFC 306, O'Malley versus Dvalishvili. I 100% butchered his name right there, so I'm going to be calling him Merab for the rest of the video. So last week's card was Burns versus Brady. It was alright. I was kind of a bit bored for most of the fights, to be fair. Quite a lot of their decisions and stuff, and the main event wasn't too exciting really. We predicted it pretty well. I predicted Sean would get it done by decision, and he did. But we have an interesting card this weekend, 306 in the Sphere. It's a decent main card, to be fair. Osbourne is on there, so it's not that great. But yeah, overall, it's an okay card, really. But before I jump into it, make sure if you guys enjoy this type of content, you go down below and hit that subscribe button. It's free, and it's much appreciated. So it's quite a short card, to be fair. Only 10 fights, but we jump into it with the early prelim opener of Rosas Jr. versus Aoriqileng. Now, should be a pretty easy pick, this one, you know. Rosas Jr. 9-1. He's only lost coming to Christian Rodriguez, who was only like his second fight in the UFC, to be fair. Apart from that, he's done pretty well. All finishes in the UFC. Aoriqileng 25-11. Interesting record. He's coming off a no contest. Daniel Marcos did beat Johnny Munoz Jr. before that. But he's had a lot of fights, and I just feel like Rosas Jr. is going to win this one. Like, I mean, he's pretty good. I don't know how old he is. He's like 19, 20 now. He's so young. He's so good. I think Rosas Jr. gets the submission in round number 1. Now, we move up the card to Edgar Chairez versus Joshua Van. Now, Joshua Van, exciting fighter, back after getting KO'd by Charles Johnson, which was a pretty good KO. It was a nice uppercut, I remember that. But yeah, it's quite a short turnaround, really, I think. Maybe a couple months, so it's not too bad, actually. But yeah, he's fighting Edgar Chairez, who is coming off a win against somebody. Daniel Lacerda, when you expect to beat Daniel Lacerda, to be fair. I think he missed weight as well for that one. But yeah, before that, there was the no contest to Lacerda, then he lost to Tatsuro Taira. But I feel like I'm going to go with Joshua Van here. I feel like it was quite a lucky KO for Charles Johnson, really, because I do think Van would have won that fight otherwise. Well, you think he was winning the fight before that, then he got caught. But I do think he'll be more safe in this one. I don't think he's going to get KO'd by Chairez, so I reckon he wins this one by decision. Now, we move at the card to Jauregui versus Souza. Jauregui 11-1, pretty decent record for a women's fighter. Only one loss to Denise Gomez, which got KO'd within 20 seconds, which is crazy. But she came back with a win against Sam Hughes. Souza 14-4. She is coming off a win against Marnik Man. Before that, lost to Niba by Karine Silva. But they're both not too bad fighters, really, in the women's division. But I think Jauregui will get this done. She's got a decent record. It's not often you get KO'd at women's, like in, I don't know what weight class this is, but yeah, she got KO'd, but she came back with a win. I do think she's quite a good, well-rounded fighter, and I think she reckons she gets this one done by decision. Now, we move up the card to Manuel Torres versus Ignacio Bahamondes. Now, this is one of the fights I'm really looking forward to on the prelims. Like, this is a really exciting fight. Manuel Torres 15-2, Bahamondes 15-5. Both got quite a lot of wins. Torres coming on, he's on like a 6-fight winning streak at the minute. 1, 2, 3 in the UFC as well. Just coming off he's got all finishes as well in the UFC. So this guy is a problem. He's pretty good as well. Bahamondes, also quite a good fighter. He did have a decision loss to Ludovic Klein, but he came back with a head kick KO against Giagos. I remember that, which was really cool. And he did beat Rongsu and Roosevelt Roberts. So he's got a lot of finishes as well, 4-2 in the UFC. So I am looking forward to this fight. Should be exciting. But I do think Manuel Torres gets this one done. He submitted Chris Duncan in his last fight, I think. And I think he submits Bahamondes in round number 2. Now, we move up the card too. Irene Aldana versus Norma Dumont. Now, Aldana, 36 years of age. She's remember that loss against Amanda Nunes was an awful performance, but she came back against Carol Rosa, looked decent. She won the fight by unanimous decision. She beat Macy Chiasson by KO as well. So she has quite a few KOs. Does Irene Aldana. Norma Dumont 11-2. Literally all of her wins coming by decision. She lost a split decision versus Macy Chiasson. So if we're doing an MMA math there, Aldana wins that battle there because she beat Chiasson. But yeah, not a bad record for both of them. She also has a win over Carol Rosa. So it's tough to pick. I always struggle with women's fights to pick them really, but I'm gonna go with Irene Aldana here. I'm not sure how she's gonna get it done, but I might sprinkle some money on her getting it done by KO in round number 3. So we move up the card to Ronaldo. We're on the main card now. Ronaldo Rodriguez versus Ode Osbourne. Now, how is Ode Osbourne on the main card of a pay-per-view? I'll never know. 12-7 record. He is 4-5 in the UFC. Probably be cut when he loses in this fight. But he is coming off 2 losses, both to rear naked choke. He does have a split decision win over Charles Johnson, to be fair to him. But then he lost to KO before that. Ronaldo Rodriguez, decent record, 16-2, very impressive. 7 wins by KO. He's on a 6 fight winning streak, as well as Torres was. He's only lost coming by decision on the Contender Series. So yeah, this guy is very good. He's had pretty sure off. He won his first fight in the UFC by rear naked choke, and I think he gets this one done by rear naked choke again. I mean, Ode Osbourne's been choked out twice by it, and Ronaldo Rodriguez has had 1 in his first fight. So I reckon he gets this one done by submission in round number 1. Now we move up the card to Daniel Zellhuber versus Esteban Ribovics. Now another fight I'm really excited for here. Daniel Zellhuber 15-1, Ribovics 13-1. Both very good prospects, to be fair. I don't know how old they both are, but they're pretty good fighters. Only loss for Zellhuber is Trey Ogden, but it's not too bad. First fight in the UFC against quite a veteran, Trey Ogden. But apart from that, coming with 2 decisions and a win by submission. Whereas Ribovics, is he the one that KO'd Terence McKinney in his last fight? Yes, he is. That was a beautiful head kick. Got to give it to him. His only loss was the decision to Razabov in his first fight. So they both lost the first fight in the UFC and came back with a couple wins. So it should be an exciting fight, this. I'm not sure how the fight is going to end. Maybe I think it could be a finish here, and you never know. But I think that Daniel Zellhuber is going to get this done, and I reckon he gets this done by decision. So we move up the card too. Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopes. Now, another good fight. So the main card actually got some good fights on it. I'm looking forward to some of these. This was meant to happen a while ago. I'm not sure what pay-per-view it was meant to be on, but Brian Ortega pulled out, and that's when Diego Lopes fought Dan Ige on like a day's notice or something. That's crazy. But Diego Lopes, he beat Dan Ige by decision. Wasn't the most exciting fight because they were both like it was a weird. I don't even know what weight class that was at. It was at some like weird weight class. But apart from that, we all know how good Diego Lopes is. He's just been storming through after that loss to Evloev. But Ortega, he is not bad. We saw he got a submission versus Yair Rodriguez, and that he hasn't fought since. But I did pick Lopes when I did my prediction for this on the last card. I don't even know what card it was, but I did pick Lopes, and I'm going to pick him again here. I reckon he's going to have better hands on the feet than Brian Ortega, and honestly I think if he gets it down, I reckon he submits him as well. So I'm going to go with Lopes by submission in round number 2. So we go up the card to Alexa Grasso versus Valentina Shevchenko 3. Third time fighting. I think the second fight is one of the worst scorecards, the worst decisions whatever I've ever seen, because I don't know how on earth they scored a draw. I remember they gave I don't know how you give Grasso a 10-8 round in that whole fight, which is mental, but that's how it went. So I think they're pretty sure they're just setting up for the third fight. But Grasso, decent record, to be fair to her. I mean, she's basically I think Shevchenko won the second fight. I'm not really sure, I can't really remember it, but just remember it shouldn't have been a draw. Shevchenko, she's getting on now a bit. She's 36, and I reckon Grasso gets the win here. She's looked pretty decent. She showed she can stand with Valentina Shevchenko in a fight, and I reckon she gets this one done by decision. Now, the main event, Sean O'Malley versus Merab. Now, Sean O'Malley, you saw him come off that win against Chito Vera, dominated him. One of the most pointless title fights we've ever had. I don't know why on earth Chito got the shot there. Merab who did he just beat? Was it Henry Cejudo? Yeah, by decision. He beat Peter Yan, Jose Aldo. So Merab is really good. I mean, if I guarantee he'll be shooting about 90 takedowns on Sean O'Malley in this fight. But I guarantee you won't get that many takedowns. Like, he'll have failed about 70 of them, to be honest. Because I think if Sean O'Malley is going to be able to stop, like, even if he gets taken down, Merab can't keep people down for that long. So I think that Sean O'Malley is going to withstand the constant takedown attempts by Merab. And I think Sean O'Malley might actually KO him here. Well, I hope so. It would be cool. But if he doesn't, then he might win by decision. So I think that Sean O'Malley gets this one done by KO in round number 3. Let's hope for it. So there we have it. There were my picks for UFC 306. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with any of my picks. And that's all for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, maybe leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.